This is the skill enhancement video for 8310 at Milwaukee. Kevin is going to be here controlling, and you as a student can see the steps, and we'll slow it down and pause sometimes to go over his thought process on why he did something, so you guys can understand what is happening and what you should do when you're going through your training sessions. So
Yeah.
I'll unpause here.
Cool.
We'll be running 1.9 right, information alpha is current, and you got pairs on above.
Are the sats east or west?
Let's go east.
Sure. Okay.
Walk approach American 3455 at 14,000 with weather.
American 3455, Milwaukee approach, descend maintain 11,000.
Sun maintain 11,000 American 3455.
American 3455, expect the ILS, runway 19 right approach.
Alice 19 right American 3455. Walk approach Southwest 3511. Check in 10,000 and then we have Alpha.
Southwest 3511, Chicago, Milwaukee approach rather. Thanks for Alpha. Expect ILS, runway 19 right approach. Descend and maintain 8,000.
Alice 19 right, so maintain 8,000 Southwest 3511. Walk approach American 322 13,400. Descend in via the Go Pack. Cross Master 12,000 with Alpha.
American 322, Milwaukee approach. Expect ILS, runway 19 right approach. Maintain 12,000.
Alice 19 right, maintain 12,000 American 322.
So Kevin, why did you descend American 3455 to 11?
So I want to get him down into my airspace so that when he crosses the lateral boundaries of my airspace, he'll be under 13, which is the ceiling of my airspace. But I can't send him lower than 11 because underneath, because at 10,000 feet is Great Lakes Dracon.
Walk approach Delta 845 Heavy 10,000. We got Alpha on board.
Delta 845 Heavy, Milwaukee approach. Expect ILS, runway 19 right approach.
Alright, expect ILS 19 right approach. Delta 845 Heavy.
Southwest 3511, turn left heading 290.
Turn left heading 290 Southwest 3511. Walk approach Skywest 4742. Level 12,000 with information Alpha.
Skywest 4742, Milwaukee approach. General Mitchell altimeter 29090. Welcome.
Copy, Skywest 4742. Milwaukee departure, number 224 Papa Uniform.
224 Papa Uniform, Milwaukee departure, go ahead.
Yeah, number 224 Papa Uniform is at Hartford, requesting IFR clearance to Green Bay, and we got the weather.
November 224 Papa Uniform, Milwaukee approach. Standby clearance on request. Delta 845, descend, maintain 8,000.
Descend, maintain 8,000, Delta 845 Heavy.
American 3455, descend, maintain 7,000.
Descend, maintain 7,000, American 3455.
American 322, descend, maintain 8,000.
Descend, maintain 8,000, American 322.
November 224 Papa Uniform, I have your clearance, advised, ready to copy.
Ready to copy, November 224 Papa Uniform.
November 224 Papa Uniform, cleared from the Hartford Municipal Airport to the Green Bay Airport as filed. Maintain 3,000, expect 5,000, 10 minutes after departure. Squawk 3102, cleared, release for departure. Clearance void if not off in 10 minutes. If not off in 10 minutes, advise this frequency, no later than 15 minutes of intentions. Upon entering controlled airspace, contact Milwaukee departure 119.0. Change to advisory frequency is approved.
Alright, Roger. Number 224 Pop Uniform, we're cleared to the Green Bay Airport as filed. Maintain 3,000, 5,010, Squawk 3102. We're released for departure. Void time will be in 10 minutes, and if we're not off in 10, we'll advise intentions no later than 15 minutes. Monitoring controlled airspace will contact you on this frequency and change advisory frequency approved. Number 224 Pop Uniform.
224 Papa Uniform, read back correct, thank you. Southwest 3511, descend, maintain 7,000, turn right heading 010.
7,010 on the heading Southwest 3511.
And Kevin, why did you put a frozen track of November 224 Papa Uniform's call sign over the airport he's currently at?
So the frozen track is a visual indicator that Hartford Municipal is currently close to IFR arrivals and other IFR departures, because Hartford Municipal being an uncontrolled airfield without a control tower, a one-in, one-out applies. And the second item is once 224 Papa Uniform departs, that track will automatically acquire, so that I know that that would be 224 Papa Uniform's track when they call me.
Mark departure, Scout 6625, 5,000 remote heading.
Skywest 6625, Milwaukee departure, radar contact, clear direct perfect, maintain 5,000.
Direct perfect, maintain 5,000, Scout 6625. Milwaukee approach, Delta 2431, 10,000, we got Alpha.
Delta 2431, Milwaukee approach, set maintain 7,000.
Sun maintain 7,000, Delta 2431.
Skywest 4742, turn left heading 300.
Left heading 300, Skywest 4742.
American 3455, turn right heading 300, descend and maintain 3,000.
Right heading 300, descend and maintain, or, 3,000, you said, American 3455.
Affirmative, turn right heading 300, descend and maintain 3,000.
Right 300, down to 3, American 3455.
Delta 845, turn left heading 010.
Left heading 010, Delta 845 heavy.
November 663, Yankee Delta, Chicago, Milwaukee approach here.
Milwaukee approach number 663, Yankee Delta 14,000, and I got the weather NOTAMs at westbound.
663 Yankee Delta, thank you. Descend maintain 11,000, Milwaukee altimeter 29990. Advise when you have the approach request into westbound.
Down to 11,000, we'll give you a call. 3 Yankee Delta. Milwaukee approach number 773 Charlie Charlie. We're at 10,000, and we got Alpha.
773 Charlie Charlie, Milwaukee approach. General Mitchell altimeter 29990. Clear direct Vina. Expect the ILS runway 7 left approach.
Alright, direct Vina. Expect ILS 7 left. Number 773 Charlie Charlie.
Skywest 4742. Descend maintain 10,000.
So maintain 10,000. Skywest 4742.
Southwest 3511. Descend and maintain 4,000.
Down to 4, Southwest 3511.
Southwest 3511. Traffic 12 o'clock, 5 miles. Westbound. Type unknown. Altitude indicates 3,500.
Roger, you're Southwest 3511.
Skywest 6625. Climb via SID. Except maintain 13,000.
Climb via SID, except maintain 13,000. Skywest 6625.
November 773 Charlie Charlie. Clear direct Vina.
Direct Venus, 773 Charlie Charlie.
And November 773 Charlie Charlie. Descend and maintain 6,000.
Descend and maintain 6,000. 773 Charlie Charlie.
So we have multiple people within our final box. What is your way in determining your sequence and who goes before who, and also the altitude assignments you have in the final box?
So on the final box, I would have 3511 down to 3, but that would lose positive separation with that VFR target. So he's temporarily at 4. So it's a little bit of a disorganization. So I'll just need to remember to descend him later. 3511 is going to come in first. So what I'm doing is I'm using 3000 on the right side, 4000 on the left side. And basically, I want to try to shove Delta 845 in the back. My current plan, because 845 is a little bit high, I've been a little bit busy, but right now my sequence is the American and the Southwest first and 845 behind them. American 322, turn left heading 010.
Left heading 010, American 322.
American 3455, maintain 210 knots.
210 knots, American 3455.
Southwest 3511, maintain 210 knots.
So on the 210, Southwest 3511.
Delta 845, maintain 210 knots, then descend and maintain 5,000.
All right, maintain 210 knots, then we'll drop to 5, Delta 845 heavy.
Why did you do assign a speed, then descend and maintain 5,000, rather than saying maintain 210 knots and descend and maintain 5,000?
Well, 210 knots and 5,000, aircraft slowing down and descending do neither well. So if possible, you want to avoid. Now, granted, you can, but if possible, you want to try to avoid giving a speed and a heading and a descent at the same time, because pilots also can interpret that in different ways. They may slow down first and then descend. They may descend first and then slow down, or they may try to descend and slow down at the same time and drop a bunch of spoilers, or they will try to just descend and slow down at the same time, and the descent is very slow and the reduction in speed is really slow. I am in no hurry to turn Delta 845 in. There's a VFR target over there to his 1 o'clock. It'll be a traffic call soon. That's why I didn't descend him to 4. So I don't mind if Delta 845 takes a little bit of extra time. So I'm going to bring him down to, I'm going to tell him to slow down first, then descend him to 5. In 3 minutes time, hopefully he's somewhere further up north, and then these VFR targets will be a little bit more out of the way, as well as 3511 will be on final and 845 will be ready for a base turn.
Are you able to assign a heading and a speed at the same time, or does that also have to be different?
You're absolutely allowed to assign a heading and a speed at the same time. Aircraft that are turning tend to slow down pretty quickly, so it's pretty good usually to assign a speed and a turn to assign a turn and a reduction in speed at the same time.
Approach 3 Yankee Delta. We'd like the RNAV 31 and westbound if we could.
November 773 Charlie Charlie, 20 miles from Vina. Cross Vina at or above 4,000, cleared. ILS, runway 7 left approach.
Vina at or above 4, cleared ILS, runway 7 left approach, number 773 Charlie Charlie.
Z, Milwaukee.
Go for Z.
Request use of the Kenosha area, 3,000 and below.
The Kenosha area is yours, MM.
KH. 663.
What is the Kenosha area?
Sure. The Kenosha area is this triangle over here that protrudes into C-90's airspace. In order to use the ILS runway 7 left approach into Kenosha, you need to APRAC to have control of this area of C-90's airspace because, because the approach enters C-90 very briefly.
So do we get surface to 15,000 in that triangle, or is it more restricted?
You get surface to 3. I specifically said 3. That was not really necessary. You get surface to 3.
All right, and I see a similar shape on our side of the border. Do they have to call for a similar thing?
They absolutely do. This trapezoid is known as the Waukegan area, and basically it's the reciprocal. When Waukegan's ILS runway, I'm gonna guess. I think it's 2-3. I think it's 2-3. Yeah. When Waukegan ILS or RNAV runway 2-3 is in use, they need to they can request the Waukegan area in order to have room to turn people onto that localizer.
And why is it useful to call for these areas?
Their airspace that we're using. If we were to do a point out, well, point outs are unplanned, right? If we can APRAC and establish control beforehand, controllers have a more clear idea of whose airspace is whose. (663 Yankee Delta). Say approach request again. I'm sorry.
If we could, we'd like the RNAV runway 31 in the west bend.
November 663 Yankee Delta. Roger. Descend and maintain 6,000. Clear direct Coveney.
So maintain 6,000 direct Coveney, 3 Yankee Delta. Departure T24 Pop Uniform, airborne, climb through 1,800.
American 3455, turn left heading 220, join the localizer.
Left 220, join the localizer, American 3455.
Southwest 3511, turn left heading 290, descend and maintain 3000.
Left heading 290, descend and maintain 3000, Southwest 3511.
November 224, Papa Uniform ident.
Ident, 4 Papa Uniform.
Delta 845, turn right heading 080.
Right heading 00, Delta 845 heavy.
And Delta 845, descend and maintain 4000.
4,000, 845 heavy.
November 224, Papa Uniform, radar contact, 1 mile north of the Hartford Municipal Airport. Say altitude.
Climbing at 2,500 for 4 Papa Uniform.
4 Papa Uniform, roger. American 3455 over Adele. Maintain 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 19 right approach.
Cleared ILS, runway 19 right approach, 3000 until established, American 3455. Keeps American 412, heavy, 10,000 alpha.
American South Skywest 6625, contact Chicago Center 134.87.
Chicago Center, CS Scout 6625.
Delta 2431, turn right heading 010.
Right heading 010.
Madison's
Delta
not here.
2431.
Okay, Madison's not here. Got it. Skywest 5017, cross Hunka at 10,000.
Cross Hunka at 10,000, Scout 5017.
Southwest 3511, turn left heading 220, join the localizer.
Left heading 220, join the localizer, Southwest 3511.
Delta 845, clear direct to Dell.
Direct to Dell, Delta 845.
Skywest 4742, contact Madison approach. They're not aligned, so contact Chicago Center 134.87.
Chicago Center 3487, Scout 4742.
Skywest 5017, contact Chicago approach 119.0.
Chicago approach 119.0, Scout 5017.
663 Yankee Delta 20 miles from Covney. Cross Covney at above 3000. Cleared RNAV runway 31 approach westbound.
Covney at above 3000, cleared RNAV runway 31 approach westbound, number 663 Yankee Delta.
Southwest 35.
Southwest 3511 and that VFR just had a conflict alert pop up. Why is that actually not a deal on your end?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, they're not even in the Class Charlie airspace. Second of all, because they're in Class Delta airspace in this case, that's not a conflict alert. They were separated by 500 feet. That's not a deal, excuse me. They were separated by 500 feet. Delta 845, 8 miles from Adele. Cross Adele at or above 4,000. Cleared ILS, runway 19 right approach.
Cross Adele at or above 4,000, cleared ILS from runway 19 right approach, Delta 845.
Southwest 3511, 5 miles from Emoji. Maintain 3,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 19 right approach.
3,000 until established, cleared ILS 19 right, Southwest 3511.
American 322, descend and maintain 4,000. Maintain 210, then maintain 210 knots.
4,000, then maintain 210 knots, American 322.
November 663 Yankee Delta, cancel approach clearance. Turn right heading 010 for traffic.
Right 010, cancel approach clearance, 3 Yankee Delta.
Skywest 556, are you up?
Yeah, 14,000, we got Alpha.
Skywest 556, descend maintain 7,000.
Descend maintain 7,000, Skies 556.
American 412 Heavy, descend and maintain 7,000.
7,000, American 412 Heavy. Milwaukee approach, Southwest 4882, 9,000 on the go back with Alpha.
Southwest 4882, Milwaukee approach, welcome. American 3455, contact Milwaukee Tower, 124.57.
Contact Milwaukee Tower, American 3450.
Southwest 3511, contact Milwaukee Tower, 124.57 rather.
Milwaukee Tower 124.57, Southwest 3511.
Delta 2431, descend maintain 3000.
Descend maintain 3000, Delta 2431.
Delta 2431, traffic at your 11 o'clock, 10 miles, type unknown, altitude indicates 5,000.
Copy traffic, Delta 2431.
November 663 Yankee Delta, clear direct Covney, 15 miles from Covney, cross Covney at 3000, cleared, RNAV, runway 31 approach westbound.
Direct Covney, cross Covney at 31, clear RNAV, 31 to westbound, 3 Yankee Delta.
American 322, clear turn right heading 060.
Right 060, American 322.
Delta A45 is already cleared. American 412 heavy, turn right heading 010.
Right 010, American 412 heavy.
November 773 Charlie Charlie, inbound DQ. When you're inbound DQ, you can contact Kenosha Tower 118.6.
Right inbound to Deku, we'll contact Kenosha Towers, 773 Charlie Charlie.
November 175 Juliet Sierra, Milwaukee approach. Are you here? Milwaukee
Yeah,
departure, rather.
we're climbing 4,400 for 5.
November 175 Juliet Sierra, Roger. Clear direct Hunka, climb and maintain 1010,000.
Direct Hunka up to 10,000, nowhere 175 Juliet Sierra.
175 Juliet Sierra, sorry, amend your altitude, climb maintain 8,000.
Climb maintain 8,000, 175 Juliet Sierra.
SkyWest 556, turn right heading 010.
Right heading 010, Skies 556.
Delta 2431, turn left heading 280.
Left heading 280, Delta 2431.
Delta 2131, maintain 210 knots. 2431, maintain 210 knots.
210 knots, Delta 2431.
American 322, clear directed L.
Directed Del, American 322.
Delta 2431, clear directed L.
Directed Del, Delta 2431.
Delta A45, contact heavy, contact Milwaukee Tower 124.57.
See ya, Delta 845 heavy.
Southwest 4082, descend and maintain 8,000.
8,000, Southwest 4082.
November 917 Golf Hotel, you up?
Milwaukee approach Southwest 2123, 14,000 with Alpha.
Southwest 2123, Milwaukee approach. Thanks for Alpha, descend and maintain 11,000.
So maintain 11,000, Southwest 2123.
And 2123, expect the ILS 19 right approach.
ILS 19 right, Southwest 2123. Milwaukee approach number 9017 Golf Hotel, level 10 with Alpha.
9017 Golf Hotel, Milwaukee approach, welcome. Kenosha altimeter 29092. Expect ILS runway 7 left approach, clear direct Vina.
ILS 7 left, and we'll get direct Vina in a sec.
Southwest 4882, turn left heading 010.
Left heading 010, Southwest 4882.
Delta 2431, 5 miles from Adele. Cross Adele at 3000, cleared ILS, runway 19 right approach.
Adele 3000, cleared ILS, runway 19 right, Delta 2431.
American 322, 2 miles from Adele, cross Adele at 3000, cleared ILS, runway 19 right approach.
Alright, cleared ILS 19 right, American 322, and was altitude.
Cross Adele at 3000. November 663 Yankee Delta, no traffic observed between you and the West Bend Airport. Advise cancellation of IFR in the air or on the ground on this frequency. Change to advisory frequency is approved.
Alright, we'll report IFR cancellation with you and change advisory frequency approved.
So whenever you clear someone for an approach, you remove their temporary altitude scratch pad. Why do you do that?
That's a memory aid for me, so that I know that this individual has been cleared for the approach. That way I don't have to second guess myself. November 175 Juliet Sierra, contact Chicago approach 119.0.
Chicago approach 19-0, November 175 Juliet Sierra.
November 917 Golf Hotel, descend maintain 6,000.
6,000 or 917 Golf Hotel.
Delta 492, you up?
Yeah, Milwaukee departure Delta 492, 5,000.
Delta 492, radar contact, clear direct Hawken, climb and maintain 8,000.
Right, direct Hawking, climb and maintain 8,000, Delta 492.
American 4412, maintain 210 knots, then descend and maintain 3,000.
210 knots, then descend and maintain 3,000, American 412 heavy.
SkyWest 556, maintain 210 knots, turn left heading 280, descend maintain 3,000.
210 knots, left heading 280 down to 3, Skies 556.
Delta 2431, contact Milwaukee Tower 124.57.
See ya, Delta 2431.
Southwest 2123, descend maintain 8,000.
8,000, Southwest 2123. Milwaukee approach, number 116 Alpha Delta, 12,000, sending to, sorry, 10,000, and we got Alpha.
November 116 Alpha Delta, Milwaukee approach. Waukesha altimeter, 299er2. Expect RNAV runway 10 approach.
RNAV 10 approach, number 116 Alpha Delta.
Rockford, Milwaukee East, APRAC. Rockford, Milwaukee
Go
East,
for Rockford.
APRAC. Skywest 556, amend your altitude, maintain 5,000.
5,000, Skies 556.
Request control of November 116 Alpha Delta. Why is this guy at a VFR altitude?
November 116 Alpha Delta is your control, man.
Okay, it's November 116 Alpha Delta, clear direct Greece.
Direct Greece, number 116 Alpha Delta.
American, wow, okay. Skywest 556, traffic alert, traffic at your 9 o'clock, less than a mile, converging, same altitude, type unknown VFR target.
Copy,
Is that a, oh no, that's 3,000. American 412, traffic at your 11 o'clock, less than 11 o'clock, 3 miles northbound, type unknown, altitude indicates 3,000.
We need vectors around the traffic.
American, yeah, turn right heading 050 for American 412.
050, American 412 heavy.
Okay, Skywest, Southwest 4882, descend, maintain 4,000.
4,000, Southwest 4882.
These guys are not at VFR altitudes. Okay, November 917 Gulf Hotel, 10 miles from Vina, cross Vina at or above 4,000, cleared, ILS runway 7 left approach.
Alright, cleared 7 right approach, number 917 Gulf
Skywest
Hotel.
556, clear direct Adele.
Direct Adele, Skies 556.
Okay, American 412, climb maintain 4,000 for American 412 heavy.
4,000, climb maintain 4,000, 412 heavy.
Okay, it's, okay. Let's see here, 116 Alpha Delta, 10 miles, let's call it 7 miles from Greece, cross Greece at or above 4,000, cleared, RNAV runway 10 approach.
Greece at or above 4, cleared RNAV runway 10 approach, number 116 Alpha Delta.
Skywest 556, 7 miles from Adele, cross Adele at 3,000, cleared, ILS runway 19 right approach.
Cross Adele 3,000, cleared ILS 19 right approach, Skies 556.
Okay, American 412, turn left heading 280.
Left heading 280, American 412 heavy.
American 322, contact Milwaukee Tower 124.57.
Departure Southwest 122, 4, climbing to 5.
Delta 492, turn right heading 010. Oh, disregard.
Right, 010.
Delta 492, I'm sorry, disregard. Clear direct Hawk and climb maintain 13,000.
Direct Hawking up to 13,000, Delta 492.
Delta 2255, you're up.
Affirmative.
Delta 2255, turn right heading 170. Milwaukee approach, turn right heading 170, vectors for traffic, expect ILS 19 right approach.
Right 170, Delta 2255.
What on earth is this guy? Oh, and now he's climbing. American 412, descend and maintain 3,000. Traffic at your 11 o'clock, 4 miles northbound. Type unknown. Altitude indicates 4,000.
We're done at 3.
This guy. So there it is. Yep. Southwest 2123. Disregard. He'll go on the other rail. Oh boy. Southwest 122, Chicago approach. Clear direct squib climbing. Milwaukee departure. Radar contact. We're back to you. Radar contact. Clear direct squib. Climb maintain 13,000.
Direct squib up to 13,000. Southwest 122.
Delta 2255. Turn left heading 080.
080, Delta 2255.
American 412 heavy, cleared direct Adele, cross Adele, you're 15 miles from Adele, cross Adele at 3,000, cleared ILS runway 19 right approach.
Adele at 3, cleared ILS 19 right, American 412 heavy.
Southwest 4882, maintain 210 knots, then turn right heading 060.
210 knots, then right 060, Southwest 4882. Milwaukee approach, United 331, 144, descending the cross cheddar at 14,000.
United 331, Milwaukee approach. Welcome. General Mitchell altimeter 29990. Cross Hunka at 1010,000.
Alright, copy the altimeter, cross hunk at 10,000, United 331.
Skywest 556 contacts Milwaukee Tower 124.57.
Contact Milwaukee Tower, Scouts 556.
November 116 Alpha Delta. When you're inbound on the final approach course, contact Waukesha Tower 123.7.
Or when we're inbound on the final approach course, contact Tower 116 Alpha Delta.
Southwest 4082, clear direct Adele.
Direct Adele Southwest 4882.
American 412. 412, maintain 210 knots until Amogi, then 170 knots till a 5-mile final.
210 knots until Mogi, and then 170 until 5-mile final. American 412 heavy.
Southwest 4082. Let's see here. 20 miles from Adele. Cross Adele at 3000. Cleared ILS. Runway 19er right approach. Maintain 210 knots until Amogi.
Alright, roger, direct Adele, Del 3. 210 knots until Mogi, and we're cleared ILS 19, right? Southwest 482.
Delta 492, contact Chicago Center 134.87.
So yeah, Delta 492.
Southwest 122, Chicago Center 124.87. 134.87.
Contact Chicago Center, Southwest 122.
November 224, Papa Uniform, Minneapolis offline. Monitor Unicom change to advisory frequency approved. They want to say different things now with the new COC. So 224 Papa Uniform, goodbye.
So yeah, 4 Papa Uniform.
November 663 Yankee Delta. We're canceling IFR.
663 Yankee Delta. I have our cancellation received. Thank you. Southwest
What is the
21.
importance of getting a cancellation of IFR from arrivals at unsets?
Well, now West Bend we can clear people out of and into West Bend again because of 101 out.
So even if an aircraft lands, it doesn't depart for, let's just say, 15 minutes. The 101 out rule still applies until he specifically calls up and says cancels IFR.
Affirmative, yes. Delta November 917 Golf Hotel. When inbound DQ, contact Kenosha Tower 118.6.
Right inbound DQ, contact Kenosha Tower, November 917 Golf Hotel.
Delta 2255 Heavy, turn left heading 010, and then descend and maintain 8000.
Left 010, descend, maintain 8000, Delta 2255 Heavy.
Southwest 2123, turn right heading 010.
Right 010, 2123. Walk departure Frontier Flight 998, 3.7, climb to 5.
Frontier Flight 998, Milwaukee departure radar contact, clear direct squib, climb maintain 13,000.
Direct squib up to 13,000, Frontier Flight 998.
Frontier Flight 998, contact Chicago Center 134.87.
Chicago Center 134.87, Frontier Flight 998.
Delta 2255, descend maintain 4000. 2255 Heavy.
So maintain 4000, Delta 2255 Heavy.
Delta 2255 Heavy, maintain 210 knots, turn right heading 070.
210 knots, right 070, Delta 2255 Heavy.
Southwest 4082, maintain 180 knots.
180 knots, 4882.
Delta 2255 Heavy, maintain 180 knots.
Maintain 180 knots, Delta 2255 Heavy.
American 412 Heavy, contacts Milwaukee Tower 124.57.
Contact Milwaukee Tower 2457, American 412. Heavy.
Southwest 4882, 8 miles in trail of a heavy 787. Caution wake turbulence, contact Milwaukee Tower 124.57.
Caution wake turbulence, contact Milwaukee Tower, Southwest 4882.
Southwest 2255, clear direct Amogi, clear direct Adele.
Direct to Del, South or Delta 2255 heavy.
Oh, did I call you Southwest? My bad. Delta 2255 heavy, clear direct Adele.
Direct to Del, Delta 2255 heavy.
Southwest 2123, descend, maintain 4,000, then maintain 210 knots.
So maintain 4,000, then slow to 210, 2123.
Delta 2255 heavy, 7 miles from Adele. Cross Adele at 3,000, cleared, ILS, runway 19 right approach.
Cross Del 3000, cleared ILS 19 right, Delta 2255 heavy.
Southwest 2123, traffic at your 11 o'clock, 15 miles, southbound. Type unknown, altitude indicates 5,500.
We're looking Southwest 2123.
United 331, contact Chicago approach 119.0.
Chicago approach 119.0, United 331. Approach Southwest 2123, we got him on the fish finder.
2123, roger. Delta 2255, maintain 180 knots until Amogi. At Amogi, contact Milwaukee Tower 124.57.
180 knots until Mogi, contact Milwaukee Tower to Mogi, Delta 2255 heavy. Departure, NOR 192 Charlie Alpha, climbing out 2,400 for 5.
192 Charlie Alpha, Milwaukee departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 5,000 for now, turn left heading 150.
Maintain 5,000 left 150, NOR 192 Charlie Alpha.
Southwest 2123, turn right heading 080, maintain 210 knots.
We're heading 080, maintain 210 knots, Southwest 2123.
So you can see, students, it's tempting to climb 192 Charlie Alpha to his final, which he filed for 110. However, the LOA with C90 says that people going into Sector 4 get a heading between 140 and 180, which is he's on right now, and then they get climbed to 5,000. So any higher, we have issues with them running into northbound departures out of O'Hare. Southwest 2123, 7 miles from Adele. Clear direct Adele. Cross Adele at 3,000. Cleared. ILS. Runway 19 right approach.
Clear direct to Del, cross Del 3000, cleared, ILS 19 right approach, Southwest 2123.
Southwest 2123, 8 miles in trail of a heavy Boeing 767. Caution wake turbulence. Maintain 180 knots until Amogi. At Amogi, contact Milwaukee Tower 124.57.
Alright, caution wake turbulence, contact Tower to Mogi, 2123.
Alright, that concludes the sweatbox part of this. Do either you, Kevin or Brian, have any advice on how to, or specific techniques on how to handle a busy file like this mock?
Yeah, I mean, I can go first. First of all, let's call heavy aircraft a heavy. It's bad. It's a bad habit. I'm still trying to like get good with it. Also, I've been a C1 for a while, and you don't need to call people heavies in the center environment. It's gonna be my excuse. Please call heavies heavies, students. My bad. Second piece is Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna admit there were times where I felt a little bit overwhelmed. Like I was like, oh man, I have like a bunch of things going on. I'm not like 100% on top of everything. It's really important not to panic and just keep talking, and make sure that the planes don't, run into each other. Students will notice that on the video, I actually have a pair of splat T range distance lines painted on my extended downwinds. That's a visual aid that I use during really busy problems. It's basically a visual of my two downwinds, and when in doubt, I always just try to guide planes on one of those two downwinds down, and it helps me build a process so that when things start becoming chaotic and disorganized, I can always it's a guiding tool for me to just get organized before anything else. Most important thing about busy files like this is making sure that you're organized. SAT arrivals need to be really easy. So the Waukesha arrival, the Kenosha arrival needs to involve almost zero thinking. So the most important thing is staying organized, because if you're organized, your scan will be better and you'll be able to see things.
I definitely agree with that. Try to keep everything as standard as possible, doing the same thing, like keeping your downwinds the same altitude.
Yeah.
Especially Kevin. It kind of sucked for him because he can't wall up VFRs at our IFR altitudes. So you need to fix that in the sweatbox, Kevin.
That's I did not make this sweatbox. I only added some things, but those VFRs are not my problem.
Well,
But
that
that said,
VFR that like climbed to 4 and went north, after he was at 3,000, I decided to be a dick and just follow that guy.
yeah, exactly. But
But I'd say another thing, a major part of what Kevin just said, even if you do get busy like that, the best thing you can do is keep going and recover, especially when it comes to events. You need to be able to keep going, keep talking, keep trying, and you will recover at some point.
yeah,
I'd say that's a very big thing that students need to be thinking about.
yeah. If you're like super busy, there's a tendency to just like shut down and be overwhelmed. So that's the last thing you want, because that doesn't help the problem, which is that you're busy. Just keep talking. If your scan broke down and you are like just, oh my gosh, what's going on? Look at a plane and just start working them. And work them until they're not a problem anymore, and then look at another plane and just start working them, and just like start looking at planes and giving them at least like it's something. It's better. It's still like it's not as good as like getting all organized again, but at least like you're slowly putting things together that then you can, it builds towards recovering, right? So, never stop talking, never give up, and just keep working. Like I never felt like I was like overwhelmed or I was tubing ever. It was just like, whoa, this is really busy, and these really annoying VFRs sure are beeping loud, you know. But in the end, hey, pilot apply visual separation will get you out of trouble, and and yeah, just all else fails, work the final, and get people organized. There were times that on my two downwinds, you can't be robotic about it. It's really easy to think it's like, okay, get them on the downwind, down to 8, down to 4, or down to 7, down to 3. But strategically placed VFRs prevented me from descending people sometimes all the way down to 3. So temporarily, I did have to use 4 or 5, which you generally want to avoid, because you want everything you do to be standard, because that helps you keep organized. So every time you do something, that heavy that needed a vector around that VFR flying at 5,000, right? Everything that's not standard is work for you, right? It's extra work for you. So I have to baby him. I have to look back at him because he's at an altitude he's not supposed to be at, and he's also at a location he's not supposed to be at. I know some students, and when we're working and we're learning how to control, their entire file, all their planes are like a jumbled mess, and that is impossible to control because it's not standard. If you can predict, and if every plane that you have does only a few things and they're kind of guided on rails, that makes it easier and more standardized control. When you have weird stuff, I mean, you need to be able to handle it, but when you have weird stuff like that heavy that needed to be, vectored out, and people that needed to be vectored around and over VFRs and climbed again, which was weird, that requires work from you because you need to baby them. The fewer people, I mean, obviously you need to be able to handle that, but the fewer people you have that you're babying and monitoring, and if everyone is supposed to be doing a very predictable set of instructions, the easier it is to control. Y is ground, and tower easier than approach, because on the ground all the planes are on taxiways, and in the tower everyone's on a final approach course. Here, it's the first time in your VATSIM journey that it's a sandbox. A plane can be anywhere, right? So you have to make your own little channels and your own little taxiways in the sky to keep things organized.
And that also goes into a scan part, and the
Mm-hmm.
reason why Kevin wasn't tubing in a busy file like this is because he knew where his priorities were. He knew that he needed a joint aircraft on the localizer when they were close in the final box rather than vectoring a guy that could get a vector 30 seconds later. Prioritize certain aircraft. There would be a lot of students who don't do so well and mess up their sequence or just mess up their file in general because they decide to give a command to one aircraft when another one needs one right now.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing when it comes down to this file is your scan priority. These VFR targets that we have is not something that we put in the other sweat boxes too. So when they are 500 feet, although it's not ideal and the CACA comes up, that's really there for one, the competency, knowing that you have 500 feet vertical and it just needs a traffic advisory. But we also put that in to kind of scare you and see how you will react for something new. Um, Although it's perfectly legal, how will you react? And if it does scare you, will that affect the rest of your sweatbox, or will you push through and finish it strong? Is what we're really looking at for those.
All right. Awesome. Anything else to add? Anyone? Brian or Maddox?
No, that concludes the skill enhancement video for the mock file at Milwaukee 19 right flow. If you have any questions, you can reach out to the training staff, me, Kevin, Brian. We'd be happy to help.
Yeah. Again, one more disclaimer. Definitely not a perfect score or a perfect exam, but I don't know, Maddox. Do you think that would warrant a pass on an OTS, right? That kind of performance.
That would definitely warrant a pass. What I'm looking for in a mock and what we're
Mm-hmm.
looking for as a training team is not perfection.
Yeah.
We want to see you proactive, knowing your airspace, knowing the competencies. If you can go, and I've run this file many times, and students get so out of their head and so nervous about the amount of traffic, and they have deal after deal after deal. Kevin did not have a deal this entire time. And if you can stay calm and do what Kevin did, competency wise, we're not looking for it to be really, really efficient having a 3 mile final. We're looking to see, can you be under pressure in this traffic flow to be recommended for an OTS, which Kevin perfectly did. Although it wasn't perfect, Kevin was able to tell us what he did wrong, and is able to fix it.
Yep, exactly. So this is you can kind of see this as like this is our expectations for our mock OTSs and our OTS exams for S3 competency at CAU. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, everyone.